Let me do my thing. Move that thing, mommy, move that thing.
And welcome to a brand new episode of the Creators Outlet. I went too fast on the buttons. But we are here, and we're here to talk about comics and toys, because Tommy owns stock in McFarlane Toys now.
Pretty much, man. Not too far away from that.
And even interviewed Todd.
Yeah, I did have an opportunity. It was fun. Obviously, a big fan of his. I spent a lot of money on his stuff, so it was kind of nice to talk to him. I felt like that was owed, Will. I mean, with all the money I've spent, you know.
He goes, take a quick gander and guess how much money I've donated to you.
Yeah. He even made a comment. He goes, dude, you're the reason why my kids went through college. So, and I said, yeah. He goes, well, save some for your kids. So
at least the first semester.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are back. I know last time you were on, we had technical difficulties. This time it was just me jumping the gun on the button.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
You did a Kickstarter for number 2 already.
Yep.
Didn't quite make it. This time you're a lot closer in.
Yeah. I brought down the amount. So, toward the end of the year, right? I think people are struggling a little bit. It's also getting closer to Christmas. It's always a terrible time to do a Kickstarter, but I brought it down by about 60%. So hopefully that's enough to pay for a portion of the art. I've actually already sent off for my artist to start issue 3. I got 2 pages done and a cover done. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So we want to get through 4 by like April, May, and then go into like a trade with like a one shot that's added and see how it's received. And we'll figure out what goes on after that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So here we are, 1396 out of the 2K goal, 47 backers, 17 days to go. So you're right at the midpoint where it's I'm sure it's lulling a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we've been gaining like 1 to 2 backers almost every day, which is great. I think the last 2 days we didn't gain anything, and then another one today. But yeah, we're at almost 70% to goal. So I feel, you never want to feel overly confident with Kickstarter. You never know what happens, but I feel pretty good. We'll get pretty close to that, or we'll surpass it by a little bit. But I hope we do, man. I got some pretty cool stuff. I got some poker chips that came in today with the issue 1 on one side and issue 2 on the other, which are pretty fun. I got stickers, I got posters, I got all kinds of cool stuff as rewards for hitting our goals. So, get over there, take a look at it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, my girlfriend picked up the mail a few weeks back and goes, "You have a Christmas card? Nobody likes you. Why would they send you I go, "Oh, this isn't a Christmas card." And I opened it up. It was the postcard from you announcing the new launch.
Yeah,
the new scannable sticker, and I'm like, "Oh, cool, more stuff."
Yeah. No, it's pretty awesome. I appreciate your help, Will. Sharing it too, man. That's super helpful, man.
Oh yeah, I keep sharing it out with my pre-programmed "Let's Go."
Yeah, I love it.
So let's play the trailer. I saw some cool animation on this, so
cool.
Share it with everybody.
Yeah.
As the desire for more independent comic books continues to rise, readers around the globe look for fresh stories that can capture their imagination and introduce a whole new universe of valiant heroes and despicable villains. We at World at War Comics bring you just that. Here, our creators break free of the norm and take you on a wild adventure through Kingsville, a story of global power gone wrong. Kingsville will bring to the comic book pages a story of power being abused, where a decision must be made to either ignore and continue to live in peace, or expose the guilty and possibly lose everything. Join the World at War movement and its first comic, Kingsville, to fight against the tyranny of the Alliance for Global Safety. Pre-order your copy today.
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you add a lot of new stuff in this time that you didn't have last time?
Yeah, I mean, I think the art, Daniel Zay, I thought he's an awesome artist, and he is obviously back for issue 2, and I feel like he even got better in issue 2. And then I work with Will Torres. He did that cover. He is a Marvel artist. He's done covers for like Dynamite for the Boys. He's done covers for Marvel. He's part of the Marvel Snap program, which is, I think, their card game where for the card.
I play that daily.
Do you? Yeah. He does a lot of the art for that, Spider-Man and Cap and all that good stuff. So I had him do 2 covers. So if you scroll up, that's a Daniel Zay cover, the first one up here. Yeah, right there. So that's really the cover for issue 2. It's just a portion of it, but that's the bulk of the cover right there. So that's kind of our main cover. Daniel, I'd like him to do my main cover, and then I'm trying to work with someone to help with all the covers moving forward. So on issue 2, like I said, we worked with Will Torres. He did 2 covers. He did this one coming up right here. We call this the clean cover, right? This is AGS, the Alliance for Global Safety. In the middle sitting there is Dr. Derrickson, Dr. D. And you can see the supers behind him. And so everything looks peachy. If you go to the next one, this is the bloody cover. And this is more reality, right? So the public sees that top one. Reality is there's a lot of blood on their hands. And as you read issue 2, you'll see it gets a lot worse from issue 1. So he did those 2 covers for me. And I'm really excited about it. I mean, I like Will. He's a great guy. We actually have a 3rd cover that he did for issue 2 that will be a special edition that will come out in a little bit later in January. So, but yeah, that's the cover right there, the main one.
Well, that's cool. This is different too. The title's up top, but the number in the box is like down below on the left to not cover up the artwork.
Exactly. Yeah, we didn't want to cover up the artwork. This is Death Day. He is one of the newer characters that are in issue 2, and he's going to be one of the main characters in issue 2. You'll see that, especially toward the end, he takes up quite a few pages, some pretty cool action scenes, but he's definitely someone you don't want to mess with. And you'll see why in issue 2. It's pretty cool.
And as I'm watching this, I go, oh, they probably didn't want to get any blood on the corner box art.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here's some of the interiors. Like I said, a lot of new characters you're going to see. I think I have one page in here that has some of those new characters. That young lady is McKenna. She works for Dr. Derrickson. That young lady right there holding the folder, she's getting direction from Dr. Derrickson. And if you scroll down, that is Prime Minister Gavin of Kingsville. So you'll see a lot more of him and a lot of back and forth between Dr. Derrickson and him. Yep, here is Death Day going on some reconnaissance for Dr. Derrickson, jumping out of a plane, and he lands in Kingsville, and I'll just leave it there. A lot of stuff goes down, but yeah, pretty cool.
The guy's first name is Death. We can expect a lot of violence.
It's a lot of violence. Exactly.
He gives me that like that Deadpool
like
Deathstroke Terminator kind of vibe.
Yeah. He's a lot more serious. So he doesn't have that humor like Deadpool, but yeah, I mean they're both kind of ninjas. They have superhuman strength, and he's not afraid to use it. Like most of AGS, they're pretty terrible people, man. There's McKenna at the top. You see Death Day on the left. You see Zip on the right. He's kind of my version of the Flash. Below that is Lady Lex, who you saw at the end of issue number 1.
Yep.
You see collapse at a bar. You see just his back right there. Below that is Sarah Sorrow. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Killer Kate. Her name is Killer Kate, and she's definitely someone you don't want to piss off. To the right of that is Sarah Sorrow. Her unique ability is when she comes near you, she has the ability to bring anything and everything ever terrible that has happened to you, makes you feel like you're reliving it. So she could really torture you in the mind. Down at the bottom left is Thomas Gunner, military expert, super strength, sharpshooter. And then you have Vogger, and she is Queen of the Wolves. And she, everywhere she goes, she has her wolf right there following her. But these are some more characters. You'll see some more in issue 3 as well. These are a lot of characters that come out in issue number 2.
Nice.
Yeah. So then obviously part of the Kickstarter, right? If you missed issue 1 and you're kind of new to Kingsville, there's an opportunity at a discount to get both 1 and 2. Or you could just add 1 as an add-on. We have all kinds of price ranges. If your thing is digital, it's $5 per issue. So for $10, you're getting both of them on a digital. For $18, you're getting both physical. So yeah, and if you've already read that, you'll be very familiar with what happens on this page. Collapse and Snapback are sent to a state called Nabel, where there are some freedom fighters rising up against AGS, and AGS doesn't like that. So they kind of take care of that situation. None of them survived except for 1. And we'll see in issue 2 that becomes an issue.
I remember that.
Yes.
There was a lot of splats going on. Let's just
a lot of splats going on. Yep. Yeah. And then we got a few stretch goals right there. Like I said, we have, I have magnets. I got trading cards. In fact, I think I have my trading cards right here somewhere right here. Our first series, 9 of them of our trading cards, which are pretty cool.
Nice.
You'll get, you get a couple of those as a reward. We got I think these are pretty cool, man. A poker chip.
Yeah.
It's a issue 1 cover on the front of Collapse, and then issue 2 cover with Death Day on the other side. And I got quite a few of those. So hopefully we hit that goal so we can get rid of these. And then what else I have? Poster. A really cool poster. Let me grab it. I framed mine, and I take it to shows when I do shows. But yeah, it's an 11 by 18 of Death Day. It's really cover.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And so we might do this as a giveaway once I hit my goal, just out of all the supporters. So that one's signed, and it's already in a nice frame. So maybe we could just utilize that as some giveaways. And then the idea is once we hit the goal, I have a few more McFarlane figures extras that I would like to go through the names. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right, Will? Yeah.
You get the poster, new cards.
Yep. And then the poker.
And World at War magnet. I got one of them.
Yes. Yeah. I hook you up, Mr. Will. I try to hook you up.
Oh, yeah. So let's show everybody. Of course, you can support the project with the you can change the dollar amount, of course, and tip the creators. It's basically like a tip jar.
Yeah.
Digital version number 2, like you went over the prices. They're only $5 a piece. So for $10, you can read 2 books.
Yeah.
Physicals are 10. And you get to pick your covers.
Yeah.
And get your full page ad in Kingsville, issue 2. Only 4 ad pages available. Act now.
I think 2 of them are gone. Oh no, it looks like they're all gone.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Well, for $15, yeah, they should all be gone.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty darn low. So
yeah. I realize where I'm at, man. I've come out with 1 issue. We got issue 2 coming out. So then if you buy 2, you save a couple bucks if you get issue 1 and 2.
Yep. You can move that $2 savings.
Yeah.
And make yourself think that I just saved $2 on shipping.
There you go. Exactly.
All 3 covers for $25.
Save $5 if you buy all 3. And then I got some pretty good deals for retailers in there as well. So they could purchase issue 1, they could purchase issue 2, or they could get a bundle where it's issue 1 and issue 2, like 5 and 5.
Yeah. That's a good start out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So last Kickstarter, I think I sold about 4 of those, which is kind of cool. Uh,
Nice. Yeah.
I wish more retailers were more open to independence outside of the diamond distribution. Obviously, a lot of comic bookstores carry a lot of indies, like Boom, AWA, that type of stuff. But trying to get at this level into a comic book store is usually pretty tough. So
Yeah. I don't really consider them indies.
yeah, yeah,
I consider them I consider like Image, Marvel, and DC the mainstream,
yeah,
and all the others they fit in their niche, like
mm,
Scout and IDW and Dynamite and all these other companies. I just consider them small press,
yeah. That's a good point. Yeah,
you know, because we've expanded, what is indie now? Well, indie's back to what it was in like the 70s and 80s. It's individuals just putting out, you
yeah,
know, their own IPs. And I mean, yeah, some people have like you know, 2 or 3 different books, or you know, some people happen to have initials of EBS and they sell, millions of dollars worth of campaign stuff.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, him
Uh,
and I think Eric July is in the 3 issues that he's done almost $6 million,
yeah.
5.5, which is just a crazy amount of money, man.
I heard a spoiler-free review from Bounding into Comics
Oh yeah,
for the Alpha Core
yes,
book. They haven't like read it, but they flipped through it and checked it out and said, uh, you know, you don't get a lot of backstory because it's Chuck Dixon. He's not going to give you everything in the first issue,
right, yeah, yeah,
And then you have his co-contributor, the artist there from the best Hulk series to ever come out.
yeah. Bennett,
Yeah, and I'm like, it. I'd expect it to be good. I mean,
yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean Dixon, whether you like his politics or not, is by far one of the best writers ever to write in comics. I mean, the amount of comic books that he has touched in Marvel and DC is astronomical. And then obviously what he did with Batman, it's one of the best runs I think ever in Batman. So
yeah,
you got to respect the guy. I mean, he's just accomplished so much. I personally am a fan of his work. In fact, I have my right over here. I have my Nightfall omnibus laying on my desk. I was rereading some of that. Him and Nolan, creators of Bane, they just accomplished a lot, man.
yeah. I hung out with Graham back in 2019
Oh yeah,
at Rhode Island Comic Con. I probably annoyed the piss out of him. He didn't have a lot of people when somebody would come to the table, I just like wheel myself away because I had a manual wheelchair back then.
Oh okay, yeah.
But I was asked, kind of sort of interviewing him for a site I was writing for at the time, and took like the sparse details I got. So back in 2019, he was telling me about the Chenoo and the his Frankenstein book and
Yeah.
Monster Island, and a whole bunch of other stuff that he's doing. So
Right, yeah.
and I'm like, and I got to hang out. I hung out a little bit with Bill McKay, and
Oh wow.
he was like right across the aisle from him.
Oh wow, that's cool.
A little further up was on the inside was Christopher Priest from Vengeance for Vampirella from Dynamite.
For
He
sure.
was there. Joe St. Pierre was there. Joe actually did a variant cover for one of my friend's books.
Oh wow.
And they were like on the first floor
Uh-huh.
in the other building, but
That's awesome.
I got to meet and hang out for about 45 minutes before the doors opened with Neil Adams.
Oh my goodness.
And I was just like drooling. And everybody's like goes, well, you never know what Neil you're gonna get. I go, I got the good Neil.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about his favorite subject, himself.
Yeah.
But
You hear stories about him for sure.
I was just basically thanking him for, making my childhood awesome with all those covers and, Conan work and stuff he did for the Savage Sword magazine and everything.
Right. Yeah.
I got to meet Tom Mandrake, who infamously did that incredible Spectre run back in the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
And he still has that glow in the dark cover with the skulls all over it. He had the original one there. It was
No
for
way.
sale. It was for sale, but
What does that thing go for, you think?
I think he had back in 2019, it was up there for like almost $4,000.
Yeah, that's a little pricey.
Yeah, well, that's why the lottery's made.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I'm winning it, but
Yeah.
Mike Grell was there,
Yeah.
and bunch of indie people. I went around, talked to everybody, met everybody, and just scooted around, talked to a bunch of cosplayers that I'm friends with, and
That's cool, man.
had a grand old time. But this year they decided that every year they seem to up the amount of followers that you need to have to get a press pass to get in.
Really?
When I went in 2019, you had to have at least 5,000 followers. I'm like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Between all the platforms. And then this year, it's like you have to have at least 10,000 people following you for them to be bothered to give you a press pass. I go,
Wow.
well, I'm sure not going to give your convention coverage if you want me to pay almost $100 to walk in the door.
Yeah. Is that how much it is a day?
Yeah. Well, it's like $75. Actually, it's $100 now.
Oh, wow.
When I went in 2019, it would have been $75 because it was $50 for a ticket. And then the only people you can buy tickets from at the door are Ticketmaster. So they got to get their $25 cut. And,
That's crazy.
I've gone to a bunch of other shows since then, like old school, small comic book shows.
Yeah.
Comics and toys and a bunch of teenagers. Don't realize that anybody else is there but them. But, it's teenagers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's cool.
And the 1 and 2 retailer package. Do you recall if one of the retailers that tried Kingsville was the Collective down in Florida?
The Collective. It's not ringing a bell. I'd have to look though, Will. It could have been.
I'm friends with one of the guys that works there.
Oh, okay.
Danny. They've got their own podcast, plus they do typical, comic shop doing online sales and auctions and stuff. But during the pandemic, when the idiots at the big two told everyone to put their pencils down.
Yeah.
It's like, you do know we work from home, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
And they shut everything down. They still wanted people to come to the shop and be able to buy stuff.
Yeah.
So they went heavily into scouting out Kickstarters and Indiegogos.
Oh wow.
And independent books. So they've got an entire aisle that's just an end cap and a counter dump that's nothing but indie comics. And they know their customers. Yeah. And they read all these indie books too. Mm-hmm. Like they'll put an order in, and they'll of course automatically you send the shop a digital copy so they can read it and answer questions from people or whatever. Sure. And they suggest books on what they like to read. Yeah. So everybody that's ever bought a copy of The Boys, they would suggest Kingsville too. Yeah. And so they've even got their own comic where they spotlight like new talent and stuff.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
And I've got the first one. I actually got it in a Facebook comic book auction.
Oh wow!
For $10. So I wasn't going to sneeze at it because I just saved $15.
That's kind of cool, man.
And then you get all 3 covers and a T-shirt for $50.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All 3 issue 2 covers right there.
For $55. Nice, yeah. And get everything for $100.
Yeah. All issue 1 covers, all issue 2 covers, the poster, the shirt, the stickers, the everything, man.
Which is a good deal if you consider a lot of books that are coming out. You know, they're more pages and stuff, like graphic novel format.
Yeah.
Coming out, they're like $50 and up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's not cheap as an independent creator.
oh no.
If you're doing 70, 80 pages in like a graphic novel format, I mean, that gets up there in cost. It probably costs you $15 to print one of those. Who knows?
Oh yeah, it depends. Like you gotta shop around, obviously, for the best deal you can get.
Yeah, I use Comic Wellspring for my comic, and so far they've been really good to me.
Yeah,
and they're really helpful. And that's
actually what I had Timothy Fling from Earth Dog Studios on.
Oh yeah,
and that's who he uses too. And I've bought indies from a bunch of people that have used them, and they come out good. And his books are like fantastic.
Really, I have to check that out.
His one of the artists that does like his interiors and variant covers is Erwin Rosa. Who's got like this awesome like painting style.
Really, I have to check that out for sure. That sounds awesome.
So his new campaign is 2 trade paperbacks, which get you all the stories from his Water War series.
Oh, okay.
I checked him out because I love like cryptid stories.
Yeah.
Like aliens and Bigfoot, stuff like that. Reminds me of like the Creature double feature on Saturday afternoons when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
And so I tried it out, and it was awesome. This is my favorite cover that he did from his Call of the Cryptid. But
oh yeah, that looks awesome.
Comic Wellsprings, right?
Yeah.
The Shine's like an X-Files homage cover.
Yeah.
And they put this outer wrap on because they're like foily, shiny, pretty looking covers.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get damaged. So that way, if you want to get one graded, or you want to like slab it yourself or whatever, that's on there, and you can it's able to be removed carefully. I've been seeing like a few people shipping books out like that now.
Yeah. I mean, all my books come like that as well. I usually just kind of open them up, sign them, and then put them in a backboard and sleeve. But it's pretty cool. It's a new thing Comic Wellspring is doing now to protect the comics. Is every single one of your comics is wrapped like that, which I think is pretty impressive.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's Tommy's never mind, it's my name on it. Here's his link tree, so you can find everything there. That's the direct link to the to the Kickstarter and website and everything.
Yeah, I got all my stuff on there.
If you just don't want to have to type in World at War and hit search on Google and a billion things come up.
Yeah.
And this is the direct link for the Kickstarter as well.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really happy this time around, man. I feel like we're getting very close. The last one that did not reach its goal, I had 61 backers. So I'm hoping that some of those backers that committed just a few weeks ago will come back. Hopefully, obviously December's a little tough, and I fully understand that. So, but it'd be nice to get the same backers back. And if that happens, we reach our goal easily.
All the big holidays, plus you're all set up to sell books. So as long as you can meet your goal and put these out, you sold a bunch on the backside.
Yes.
Between the website, TikTok shop, eBay, so exactly. That's the good thing too. Because now, do you have do you have anywhere that people could read anything on like issue 1 digitally?
Yeah, I'm on a couple. So on the Comics One app,
Okay.
you could purchase it through there. Also, globalcomics.com.
Oh, I have Global Comics.
Then you could read it for free. If you're a member, you could read it for free there. If not, the first 10 pages are free to kind of check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I backed Beyond Time Inc. Comics.
Mm-hmm.
I backed one of their last campaigns, and for
Uh-huh.
$35, you could read everything they had put out to that point, except for the newest issue that was on the Kickstarter.
Wow. Incredible.
For free, and it came with a 1-year membership, a 1-year membership included to that app.
That's crazy, man.
So I've been reading.
Yeah.
I've got. I'm almost finished with Last Ronin. I got the hardcover for myself last month for my birthday.
Nice.
So at the very end of that, I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. My daughter's like, can I have that when you're done? No, get your own, child.
Yeah. I mean, Image just signed with them, so they're starting to carry a lot of Image titles.
Yep.
Of course, you have all the other, the AWAs of the world, which is awesome as well. I mean, AWA is one of my favorite, small press comic publishers. They kind of specialize in those 4 or 6 issue series.
Yeah.
Which, I do like ongoings a little bit, but I mean, I've enjoyed it. Carrie Andrews, which is one of my favorite artists for Marvel, he does his Erratic, which is his comic on with AWA, and that's a fun comic if you haven't read it. I think there's 10 issues. He had the first arc, and then he came out with second arc at the beginning of this year. So there's 2 arcs that he's done, but it's an awesome comic book if you haven't read it. It's such a good comic.
And they came out with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in the group? Creator of Babylon 5, J. Michael Straczynski.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Who's got writing credits from here to California, literally.
In fact, I don't know where they're at. Oh, they're right here. AWA had a huge sale, Christmas sale, where all their trades were on deal, and I got all of his series from the Resistance.
Oh yeah,
all
that was so good.
These were $5-6 each.
Oh man.
So I mean, why not? Man, I love his writing. In fact, he's doing Captain America right now.
Oh, is he?
Yep, he's doing Cap.
And I know there was a great horror anthology.
Yeah.
From there that they did, and
the former, I think it is called. Right?
No, older from when they first started coming out.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean, it's a whole world that he's created, right?
Mike Diodato did the art for him.
Oh, wow.
And it was just
that's crazy.
It's just insane. Yeah, right. I follow him on Insta because
that's the Mike Diodato, the Resistance volume with Mike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the art is just incredible, next level, man. He just when he does people, it's so detailed.
Yeah.
I just love his art style.
I mean, he's living back in Italy now.
Is he back in Italy? Okay.
Him and his wife and his kids. But I was surprised because I had no idea that this dude was, an Italian version of Chuck Norris. He's not as high as Chuck Norris, but he's like a 2nd or 3rd degree black belt.
Really? I didn't know.
But he comes on. Him and his wife go live a couple of times a month.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check.
And they get the Panini versions of the books that he did the art for.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But he signs them.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes he gets sometimes they're able to get comps of the English versions.
Mm-hmm.
And, going in the live and just as people say, what book is this? Blah, 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 blah. And, how much for this, and this? And they'll add it together and he'll sign them. She'll box them up and ship them. And
Wow, I gotta do that. That's awesome, man.
I'm like, that's pretty cool because his work in like the 80s and 90s on like the Marvel mainstream stuff,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like some of the Daredevil stuff he did was like crazy.
Right, yeah. No, for sure. That's awesome, man.
But yeah, I've been discovering a lot of stuff from Mad Cave.
Yeah, Mad Cave is pretty fun too. I mean, they have some pretty cool titles as well.
Yeah, it's I got 9 Global Comics emails this morning.
Yeah, all their
So
drops.
like new issues popping up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Image has got a lot of stuff there now too.
Yeah, they've been adding a lot, like Top Cow, Mark Silvestri,
Yep.
Matt Hawkins. A lot of their stuff has been dropping. So I don't know if it's like all of Image, like a blanket Image. I think each, like Top Cow, and then Skybound, I don't think is on there.
Skybound's not on there, but
Yeah.
they send me stuff every week to review. So
Yeah.
I know 2 of the books that I saved was they have the first Spawn omnibus.
Oh, yeah.
So I can go back in time again.
That's awesome.
And I started.
I have, give me 1 second. I think it's right here. I have, if I'm not mistaken, an extra number 2 omnibus.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have to talk later, my friend.
And I never read it before, but I just started reading Something is Killing the Children.
Oh, dude, this one right here is mine. This one's signed by Todd.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just shaking my head. So I go, that's not the one.
This is not the one that you got. You have the one, right? Number 1, volume 1?
Yeah, I've got volume 1, but it's also on the app. So I've been reading it on the app.
Oh, got you. I thought you had the physical.
I've got a couple of omnibuses coming in.
Do you? Yeah.
Because I started going through Discount Comic Book Service.
Oh, okay.
So every time like a new omnibus is solicited through previews or Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
If you get it when it's solicited through them, so you pay for everything up front, just like a store.
Okay.
So you pay for it up front, and then they'll ship it to you. You get like 60% off the cover.
Oh, wow. That's good, man.
So I got the
like all these price points
for like $45. I got the it's coming in I think in like another month or so.
Nice.
The Hard Traveling Heroes, Green Lantern and Green Arrow, that Neil Adams run, and Mike Grell and all that goodness.
Wow, that's so cool, man. Yeah, I was in where was I? Oh, I was in Orange County, and I went to there's a kind of a famous comic shop out there called TNT. And I went there and I was going through their bins, and I got a whole bunch of old stuff. I got a bunch of the Chuck Dixon Nightfall. I had the omnibus, but I wanted to get, $4.97 where Bane is breaking Batman's back. I had that one, and I think that's number 11 of that series. And then I went back and I got issues 2 through 10, which was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I got a couple Green Lanterns, which is pretty cool too. So
always good stuff.
Always good stuff, man.
So what else do you have coming up? I know you got some interviews. Who's your next couple of guests on your podcast?
So I have Chuck Patton, who did art in the 70s for Justice League, The Flash. He'll come on Saturday. I have Chuck Dixon actually Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I have Chuck Dixon coming up. I have, who else do I have coming up? I did Drew Craig this morning again, and I had him on before, and he's actually the writer. He does, he works for Image, or his comic is through Image. It's called Starstorm.
Oh, yeah. I saw the first interview you did with him. Yeah.
So he came back because he's also a big collector like I am of figures, and he has quite a few too. He has McFarlane, but he collects a little bit of everything. He's big into Transformers, G.I. Joe. So we had a blast talking about that. And then, he finished his first arc of Starstorm. So at the beginning of next year, they'll come out with the trade, and then he'll start, with the second arc of that. So And then his brother is Wes Craig, who does Kaya for right now for Image, and he's going to come on in a week or so, hopefully before Christmas, if not 1st of January. I have Dan Didio coming on in January.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have who else? Jimmy Palmiotti coming on in January. Him and Amanda Connor.
Yep.
I have who else? Oh, Jim Zub, who's doing Conan for Titan right now, which is one of my favorite comics.
Oh yeah,
dude, he's killing it on Conan.
I was so glad that company has those books up on that app.
Yes, I mean, I think Marvel just kind of let it go and they picked it up, and they got the right writer for it. He really understands Conan. Conan is not a PG comic book. It shouldn't be, right? He's a barbarian. He should be like.
That's why it went to the magazine, so they could work around the entire Comics Code Authority.
Yeah. Well, they don't need to do that at Titan because they're it's pretty graphic, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome though. He's killing
even the other company that started doing Conan, not Conan.
Yeah.
The Sumerian.
Yes.
I've read some of those, and those are fantastic too.
I bet. Yeah.
I'm just glad they're finally doing new stories and not just, doing comic adaptations of like all the original, books that he wrote. So
yeah, that's true. Oh, I have Mark Silvestri and Matt Hawkins on January 4th. My Marvel just fell down.
It's only Marvel.
Jumped off the table.
The Spider Slayer pushed him.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I have a really cool one. I don't know if you ever saw this figure. It's from from Diamond Select.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
Do you? Yeah, the Green Goblin holding Peter Parker.
Yeah, mine's still in the box.
Yeah, me. I grab that box, I'd throw it away, and I put it up on my shelf.
I got to open them up and play with them.
Yeah, I do, man. I love it. I like moving them around and stuff. And then I got these. My wife actually ordered these for me, so I got all three.
Oh, the new one, so you can set up the meme.
Yeah, exactly. So this is Toby right here.
Yeah.
And then I got Andrew Garfield right here.
Nice.
And then Tom Holland right here. So I don't spend a lot of money on Marvel unless it's a Marvel Select that I like. I don't buy a ton of Marvel Legends, although I have some. I did collect the X-Men 97 though. The Bishop was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did it come with? Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men ever. I love Gambit. So I have those ones, and then this one just came in. The black and white accent. This is the new Aquaman that just came in. I got this last night. It was dropped off on my porch. So I pre-ordered this about a month and a half ago. And this is part of that black and white accent that Todd's been doing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of it's almost like a muted color, but yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
With the yellow highlights, yeah.
Yeah. So I have all of this from this line. This one, and then the what are they calling it? The black and white up there in the corner.
Variants, yeah.
Yeah, those are really cool too, man. So I got some toys I got to open up. I haven't had time to do it yet. I've been working a little bit more, so trying to get around to it.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Andrew, who's also a comic book creator. He's an IT guy, and he's like you. He'll get figures, he'll rip them out of the boxes, but then he's got like backgrounds, printed up and everything.
Yeah,
like dioramas, and then he sits there and does like photo shoots with them.
Yeah, I mean, some of those things look amazing when they get them done.
First, he does. Here's a T, so you get like a little corner of this figure, the back of the head of this one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know who these guys are. Yeah, but not all my friends are like.
Yeah.
I go. You don't want anybody else like me in your figure. But he bought a couple of like the big HasLab things.
Yeah.
So he bought the Galactus.
I mean, I would love to have that, but I mean, I could get a few McFarlane figures for the cost of that, and plus, I'm running out of room. And because it's a pretty small room that I have. It's the smallest room in our house. So, I have 2 more kids at home that are both adults. So once they leave, I'll take one of the bigger rooms that they're in and move my stuff into there. So I have a little bit more room, but
If your wife lets you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She will not allow any of this to bleed out of this room, man. See,
he gave me the Galactus box a few years ago.
Oh, how cool!
So I got the box. So when everything gets moved around,
yeah,
and I actually start setting stuff up, then I will. That'll get topped on one of the cabinets, so it'll make like a nice background
for sure. Yeah.
Instead of looking at the warehouse ceiling,
That's cool though, man.
But make sure you go check out the Kingsville issue 2 Kickstarter, awesome. And follow Tommy everywhere. There's the Kickstarter, and there's the link tree. So just go to Linktree and / World at War Comics.
Yep.
And you will find him everywhere.
Everywhere.
So thanks for coming on and promoting this, and hopefully we can help get you to that goal. So
I appreciate it, Will. I mean, I always appreciate you, man. You're always so supportive, man. So anything you ever need from me, I got your back.
I could use a winning lottery ticket.
Yeah. Well, if I win the lottery.
So could I.
Yeah. I'll take care of you, man.
All right. Thanks so much. And we'll talk to you later. And we'll keep posting it up for you.
I appreciate it, Will. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Have a great night, Tom.
Yeah, you too. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.